we go down George Russell's inside, Daniel Kvyat goes down our inside, and it's a 3 wide moment. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sage, and today we're here playing Formula 1, and today we're here in our Williams Racing career mode. So, as you can see here, we've got a few messages from our team. We've got the regular goals that we can preview, and look at this. Okay, actually that's pretty good. Only one failed this time. And the weather forecast is looking pretty good. There's no rain inbound. So let's go have a look at our R&D tree. We've got 2 chassis upgrades, we've got 1 of the aero upgrades, and the powertrain engine power upgrade has failed. We're still second on the leaderboard of whose engine is the best, so I think what we're going to do is just develop the upgrade again and hope it doesn't fail, because engine power is something that is very useful, especially in Formula 1. Also, perhaps after the race, if we get some R&D points, we could probably get some general maintenance going for the durability of our car, because durability is something that most of the time people forget. So I don't really want to be one of those people, because if not, I'll have to take loads of penalties, and that will put us like on our back foot for the races and everything. Anyway, let's go to qualifying. Here we are then, coming on for our first and only flying lap. As we go into the first corner, as you can see, we get a lot of understeer as the worst car on the grid, but we managed to get a pretty good acceleration, and we go quite quickly through here and maintain a pretty good position. But then, coming onto this corner, we get a terrible apex, and we actually get a warning as well. So, we remain in P20.
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
Yep, so that's pretty disappointing, but yeah, hopefully we can do better in the race. So, yep, we are on the back of the grid with George Russell coming in P19. So yeah, on to the race then.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the engineer. As with all the drivers at this level, they have a lot of ambition. But Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from the start.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula One proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Weber, Magnussen, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Norris, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Butler, Kvyat, Grosjean, Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo, Russell and the engineer. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Here we are then choosing our strategy after we had some expert morale boosting from Jeff. But yes, we're going for a 1-stop, and we're gonna increase the fuel load so that we can run in rich mix and not have to save as much fuel. Anyway, here we are then for the formation lap, just heating up our tires, and here we are then getting ready for lights out. And there we go. It's lights out and off they all go. We get a terrible start as usual, but we're just going to take it easy into the first corner as we just watch everything. But we actually do make a dive on Daniel Ricciardo, and we get a warning for that. But I think also we got some front wing damage. Yep, confirmation of that. And yeah, so that's pretty disappointing. And now we're being pressurized by Ricciardo's teammate Nico Hulkenberg, but we maintain the position for the time being as we squeeze him out, and we go into the long left-hander. Moving on then onto the long back straight of China, we get
That's a strong start. Well done.
we get a message from Jeff who says that we've got a pretty good start, but really I think that we got a terrible start, and Nico Hulkenberg has overtaken us, but we make a dive down his inside, but he gets the better traction out of the corner. So yeah, that's him gone, as for he has the better pace compared to the Williams car. Moving on then to the end of lap number 2, we're being pressurized by our teammate George Russell. He goes down our inside, but we are still side by side, but he pushes us a bit wide. Then on this corner we turn it a bit early and cut the corner, but we don't get a warning for it. But now, moving on to lap number 3, DRS is enabled. We have the slipstream. We go down George Russell's inside. Daniel Kvyat goes down our inside, and it's a 3 wide moment into the first corner of China. We turn it a bit early, but that comes back to bite us in the butt as we get a warning for contact made with Kvyat. But now we make a dive down his inside and we get the job done. Nearly, but we're still side by side as we go into the long left-hand corner. But we accelerate and get good traction and we actually get the job done. So that's pretty good. Anyway, here we are then. And you'll notice that I let go of the throttle a bit. Now, DRS was enabled, and I noticed that we kept on getting overtaken in the straights, so I was just thinking, let him by, we'll get DRS, and then we can overtake him. But we get a terrible exit. We're so far back. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it work. George Russell is pressurizing us, and we go for a massive dive down that. Oh, we make contact with him, but we... Jeff's happy. So, yep, that time we do hit the bollard and we run a little wide. But yeah, we got the job done. Here we are then on lap number 6. George Russell has DRS and he's going to go down our inside. We brake a little bit earlier and we get, we don't have the racing line. But we do get the switchback of dreams. It is very close. We do make a tiny bit of contact on the front left tyre, but George still gets the job done. Anyway, here we are then. We get his slipstream and we go down his inside. We do get a good apex that time, and that's the job done. Moving on to lap number 8 now. A few cars have already come in for the pit stop, and Max Verstappen is going to hold us up massively on the racing line. Vettel as well. We try to keep the racing line, but he just completely blocks us off. But we do get the job done on Verstappen, a Red Bull car. Yeah, so they're on the hard tyres, so they're probably going to the end of the race. But here, oh, look at that. Carlos Sainz is out of the session. So that's a free position for us. I don't know. Maybe not. He might have been behind us in the pit stop. but yeah, that's one less car to worry about. But now Max Verstappen has the DRS, and he's pretty much just going to soar past us with the better downforce and the better engine. But we actually do get quite close in the braking zone. But yeah, he's gone. He's soaring away. And yeah, here we are then on lap number 12, and Sergio Perez is catching up to us now. Anyway, as we come onto the back straight, Sergio Perez has the DRS, and he goes soaring past us, but we make a massive dive down his inside. And we keep the position, just barely, but he has the inside line. We have the racing line though, and he just gets squeezed too close to the apex, so we can't get a good exit. We get DRS. Our team wants us to box this lap, but I'm thinking we can maybe stretch them a bit longer and then go onto the medium tyre again, so that we don't have to deal with the annoying, terrible pace of the hard tyre. But again, Sergio Perez gets the DRS, and we try and do the same thing. We get another warning, but yeah, he does get the job done. But now we have DRS and slipstream, and we're going to go soaring nearly, but we get the inside line. We just hit a wall of understeer for some I don't know how, but we just do. But we still get the job done. We squeezed him wide, and yep, that's pretty good. But now he's getting close again. He's trying to go around the outside, but we squeeze him out as usual. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the job done. But before the back straight, Sergio Perez is getting us. But I can't remember if I did this on purpose or not, but we get a terrible exit, just running wide. The tyres must be really going off now, but we do get the DRS, but I really think that we're too far back. And yeah, we are too far back. And here we are, boxing in for our lap. And oh, we nearly go into the wall, but we do break in time. And yeah, now the question is, how many places are we going to lose? And oof, I kind of feel sorry for George, because I was meant to come in the lap earlier, so now I've kind of ruined his race. But we are getting front wing replacement, and there's our teammate, so we do hold him up. So sorry, but racing is racing, so big oof. And our team wants us to box another time, but I think I'm just going to go to the end of the race. And here we are then, pressurizing Kevin Magnussen. We go for a dive down his inside, but we massively overshoot the corner, and he re-overtakes us. But we will have the DRS going into turn 1, and we have slipstream as well. We get a really good exit, and this time we really do go soaring past. We turn it up into rich mix, and Jeff wants us to turn it down. But here we are then on the back straight. Kevin Magnussen is pressurizing us. We move over just to try and squeeze him out, but this time, oh wow, that's pretty close. But we do squeeze him out, and we keep the position. So yeah, that's pretty good defense work on my side. But yeah, Sergio Perez is now out of the session. That's the guy that overtook us when we were just about to go into the pits. So yep, here we are then.
Yellow flag.
Kevin Magnussen is having a little look, and look, there's Sergio Perez, so we get a free position. Anyway, then moving on to the end of lap number 19, we get a terrible exit, and Kevin Magnussen overtakes us, and now he has DRS. I'm very upset. We have a look, and he completely closes the door, and we get front wing damage, which is very annoying.
That was far too aggressive. Clean passes only.
Yeah, so I'm pretty disappointed, but we've got front wing damage, as I checked just then, and that's what the understeer through this corner was. but we do close up to him quite a bit, so I don't know if Kevin also has front wing damage or something, but he's pretty slow. We still hang on, we still get the DRS. We go for a dive, but again we overshoot. We get a warning actually for exceeding the track limit, which was actually quite surprising for me, because I was just like, no, we just overshot the corner, and I was like, we were fine. But we get DRS. We also got a bit of the slipstream, and our team wants us to box this lap, but we're not going to come in because we're going to the end on this strategy. But yeah, we're still quite close to Kevin, even though we've got the front wing damage. But yeah, we've still got DRS. I'm just trying so hard to overtake him. And then this popped up on my screen. It's the second last lap of the race, and yeah, we've got to come in. And look at that. Oh, we nearly have the most pathetic crash going into the pit lane. But we have to come into the pits. So now it's just a matter of how many places we're going to lose. And for some reason, the team is replacing our front wing, even though it wasn't really necessary. So yeah, we lose a position, and we probably can't catch back up to him now. But yeah, it's the last lap of the race. The checkered flag is waved, and yeah, we're gonna come home in P17, just ahead of our teammate.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship.
Alright
leader.
then, so looking at the results, Lewis Hamilton gets pole position, Valtteri Bottas comes in second place, and we improve by 3 positions, and our teammate George Russell only improves by 1, so I suppose that's a pretty good result for us compared to our teammate. But yeah, let's have a look at the standings now, and we go down the championship. We're now in P8, as for we didn't get any points this time round. We remain P6 in the constructors standings, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next episode.